Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. Today I brought you this super easy, super beginner friendly and very gorgeous top tutorial. Anyone can prepare it, really. It's super easy and I hope you will enjoy the process making it. Please let me know in the comment section below how it went or how it turned out. If you want me to do anything different as well, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and let's start going. We will need to have these two different types of yarns. One of them are lighter, so one is white, one of them is kind of creamy. You can actually use the color of your choice as well, absolutely. And then I'm using a yarn needle. It's actually a little bit used up, however, it's gonna make the work. And for the base part of the top, I'm going to use the 3mm crochet hook, and later for the rest of the top, going to use the 4mm crochet hook, and then we will need to have a scissor. For the base part, we will need to do a slip knot, inserting the hook, going to chain 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, now we are going to do half double crochets. We're going to yarn over, insert, grab it over, but this time the one that we just pulled in, we're gonna pull over in all the other two without yarning over one more time. Okay, and again yarn over, pull over, and this one we're going to pull over in all the other two. 1 and 2. Again, yarn over, and this one is over in both of the twos. Yarn over and pull it over in another two. It's going to get easier because basically the first ones are always more difficult because it's not yet crocheted, so kind of it's more difficult. However, it's getting easier. Okay, you see it's like kind of getting more space as well. In the beginning it feels like just there's not that much of space. Plus you're also getting more practice, so okay. So we're almost in the end of the row. Great, and pull it over. Okay, so we finished the first row. We're going to chain 1. Turn the work, and we're going to have a look. So we have here all these V's, okay, and we are going to work into the one that is the further from us. So if you're looking at it, we're going to work, let me remove this one. So from here, when we work, we are going to work in this one, this one, this one, not in both of the two V's, okay? So let me show it to you how to do it. And then afterwards, it's going to be so much more easier because you will understand what I mean under that. Okay, so yarn over, and then we are just going to be inserting in that side. Okay, you pull it over, and then one is over in both of the two. okay? And then again, yarn over. You see which one I mean? You're only working on that part of the weave. Okay, and again. And we keep doing the same in the whole row. Just like this the whole way. We are almost in the end of the row. The last weave we find, okay, and we pull that over. And again, as every end of the row, we are going to chain one, and then we are going to continue working with one, with yarn over, and only in the back loop, the back V part, working, and then we're always pulling over, and we don't yarn over one more time, okay? The first one is always more difficult. I really like, I feel like it's not much of space, but after it's getting much more easier, if you see. So you will need to actually check your size, okay, with a centimeter, and you have to make this as the length of your size, okay? So for example, you can do, if you want to do it longer, you can do it obviously longer. It's going to be your choice. What you need to do, you actually have to check your waist with a centimeter, or if you have a clothes already, and try to check how many centimeters the waist area is, and kind of try to do the same length for this, and because it's going to be different for every single person, so therefore continue working the same way until you reach the centimeter that you need to achieve. You see, it's going to make kind of like these V's. This is going to be the baseline, and it's going to be looking really good and really kind of elegant on the top. Don't forget to chain always one before you continue to the next row. Okay, I reached my 88 centimeters. Have a look, it's quite nice and long. I'm going to leave some yarn here. Going to cut the tail, going to pull it out here, and going to add a needle. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in two, so make sure that the tail is nicely, so it's not twisted around, okay? And going to stitch the two together, each chain. We're going to stitch together. Okay. Very good. just a few more stitches. So really try to make sure that it's every stitch one. Stitch it together just like this, very good. And last one. Okay. So now we are changing to the creamy color yarn and changing the crochet hook to size 4. Here we had the stitch together, and I'm going to add here the creamy yarn. Going to get the yarn over, pull it over, and going to do chain over. And going to do the same in every stitch around. Just a single crochet around every stitch. So try to find the holes. Okay, so we arrived at the end of the row. Just one more stitches, single crochet. Okay, and then we had here the first chain. I'm going to attach and going to pull it over just like this. And now going to chain 2, 1, 2, and now going to do a double crochet into the first stitch, and then double crochet into every stitch around. I'm going to meet you by the end of the row. Alright, we arrived at the end of the row. Just one more double crochet. Try to keep it loose, so at least it's gonna be nice. And then you see this is our first chain. I'm gonna pull the put the hook over and pull it over and do a slip stitch. Now we're just gonna be chaining 1, going to do a single crochet into the same stitch, and now this time we are going to do a single crochet into every stitch, so every stitch around, and just try to keep it again very nice and loose, and just one single crochet into every stitch. Just like this, and I am going to see you by the end of the row. Alright, arrived to the end of the row. Going to be pulling over the hook, the hole, and do a stitch. Okay, now we're going to be chaining 2, and in the same stitch we're gonna do a double crochet. And now we have to do double crochet into every single stitch around. So if you realized, we did, when we started this, we did a single crochet, a row of single crochet, then double crochet, then single crochet. Now we are doing double crochet. So what we will need to do, we are doing double crochets now, then afterwards we are gonna do a single crochet, and afterwards a double crochet again. So for double crochet, if you realized, we did 2, we chained 2. When we are doing the single crochet, we chain 1 and then double crochet, chain 2. Okay, so every single stitch a double crochet right now, and once we arrive to the end of the row, we chain 1 and we do a single crochet, a row of single crochet. Once we arrive to the end of the row, chain 2 and a row of double crochets. And I'm going to see you back here by the end of, after this double crochet, single crochet row, and after the double crochet. We just reached to the end of the double crochet row, removing the stitch marker, and to the same stitch going to do a slip stitch. Okay, going to leave some long yarn so later I can do some stitching. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out, and from here I'm going to add another color. So I'm going to add the white, coming back to the white, and the same where I left. Okay, I'm going to insert my yarn, pull over, okay, and going to do I'm going to chain over. Okay, perfect. So now here going to do single crochets to every stitch. So we're going to do 1 single crochet row, then 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet. So 3 single crochet rows in total and 3 double crochet rows in total. So here the first stitch, going to do a single crochet, going to put the stitch marker. So I know that this is where the row starts. So 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, and I am going to see you by the end. I just reached to the end of the row, so I did this 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet row. So now that I reached, I'm going to cut the yarn. Okay, a little bit of tail, and now I'm going to add again the other color, the kind of slightly darker, kind of creamish color, and I'm going to insert here, and we're going to do a single crochet all the way around. So just every stitch, first of all, put it in here, okay, I'm going to chain 1, okay, and going to do a single crochet into the same stitch and going to add the marker. And single crochet all the way to every single stitch. So it's going to be the same like we did the previous time. So 1 single crochet row, and then afterwards 1 double crochet row, then 1 single crochet, then 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet, and then we will need to change back again one more time like we did before to the whiter color, and then we will need to do one more time exactly the same, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet and double crochet. So just continue like this, and I will see you once we change to the other color and we finished with the last double crochet row. So we got back to the end. Okay, so we did the white, the kind of creamier, kind of beigeish color, and the very white one. So I just added the other color again, the beigeish color, and I added stitch marker here in the first stitch. Also, I calculated how many in total, how many stitches I have, and I divided it with 4 because we need to have 4 top part. So I came out in 43, so I counted 43 stitches. So I added the first stitch, and then I counted 43 stitches, and then in 43 I added the first stitch marker, and then from here I counted again 43, and then I added the second one, and then in the last one I also counted 43, and the last one I also added there. Basically, if you're looking at here, this is going to be the top part, just like this, going up. And we're gonna be working now in this first part, okay? So and you will have to do exactly the same process for the rest, so the second part, the third part, and the fourth part as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you what exactly we will be doing. We're going to do single crochets all the way around, all the way till the stitch marker. This is the first one. So just until the first stitch marker, which is the red color. Okay, we are reaching to the end of the row. I'm going to also do a stitch in the same where the stitch marker is. Okay, going to turn the work, I'm going to first chain 2, 1, 2, turn the work, and going to make, not in the first one where we usually do, okay, so not in this one, but the second one I'm going to do double crochet, and we'll just continue doing double crochet all the way, and I'm going to meet you by the end of the row. Alright, and then we just have the last stitch, which I'm going to do single crochet. Okay, going to chain 1, and then going to turn the work, and going to, not the first one, but going to do the second one, start doing single crochets all the way around. Alright, we just reached to the end of the row. Okay, and we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, turn the work, and going to start not with the first one but the second one. We're going to start doing double crochets. And then we're going to do in every stitch all the way around. Okay, reach to the end of the row. We have the last stitch, which is this one, and instead of double crochet, going to do a single crochet in it. If I manage to find it properly. Yes. Okay, so just a single crochet here. Okay, going to chain one, turn the work, and not the first one but the second one I'm going to start doing single crochets. Just like this. And continue doing this till the end of the row. Alright, reaching to the end of the row. Okay, and we're going to chain two, turn the work, and going to make a double crochet into the second, so not the first one but the second stitch. And just continue doing double crochets into every stitch. Alright, reaching to the end of the row, double crochet and going to close it with a single crochet. Okay, I need to change it to another color, so I'm going to cut the yarn. Going to get the white one. Okay. Going to add the white one to the same hole, same stitch. Okay, perfect. Going to chain one, okay, turn the work, and not the first but the second stitch starts doing single crochets all the way around. Okay, we are in the end of the row again. Going to chain two, 1, 2, turn the work, and going to start doing double crochets from the second stitch, so leaving the first one out and just doing from the second one in every stitch till the end of the section. Okay, here we just started the work and we're gonna just do a single crochet, going to chain one, turn the work and start doing single crochets all the way, not in the first row but from the second row. And we're just continue doing single crochets all the way. Okay, one more here before we reach to the end of the row. Going to chain 2, 1, 2, and going to start doing double crochet, not in the first one but from the second stitch, and continue doing double crochets all the way till the end. Reaching to the end again, one more double crochet, and then afterwards a single crochet to the last stitch. Going to chain 1, turn the work, and from the second, not from the first but from the second one, I'm gonna start doing single crochet again till the end of the row. Okay, reaching to the end. Okay, going to chain 2, 1, 2, turn the work, and not for the first but to the second one, start doing double crochets all the way till the end of the row. Alright, we just reached to the end of the row. We're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to be cutting the yarn, leaving some tail, and going to add the other yarn. Going to add the other yarn. Okay, and going to chain 1. Cut a little bit out. Okay, going to turn the work, and not to the first but to the second one. We start doing single crochets all the way in the row. All right, reaching to the end of the row. All right, going to chain 2, 1, 2, turn the work, and to the second one, so not to the first one, from the second one we're gonna start doing double crochets all the way in the row. Now that we just had the last crochets, double crochet, we're gonna chain 1, turn the work, and continue doing, not from the first one but from the second one. We're gonna do single crochets all the way in the row. All right, here we are in the end of the row. Okay, and again we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, going to turn the work. I'm gonna start doing continuing, not from the first but from the second chain. Okay, so we're gonna continue doing double crochets all the way around the row. All right, we're reaching to the end of the row. Good. And now we're going to chain 1, turn the work, and start doing the single crochets into the second stitch, so not the first, the second one, and we're just continue doing single crochets all the way by the end of the row. Now that we arrived to this end, to the end of this row, we are going to continue. So we just did, this was single crochet, we're going to chain 2, but this time it's going to be different, and actually it's going to be different for the next couple of rounds. Okay, so now that we have to do a double crochet. Okay, so we're gonna continue, but we're gonna make equal sizes of so we're actually not making it less and less and smaller. Instead of that, we're gonna just make it the same size. So we have to start doing double crochet in the same stitch where we started. Okay, and we're gonna do double crochet all the way around, but important that we're not gonna finish it earlier, and we're gonna continue making it the same wideness. Okay, and we're gonna start doing single crochet starting with the first stitch. So it's not like we're skipping now stitches. I'm gonna do single crochets all the way in every single stitch. Okay, here we are in the end. Important that in here we have to also do the last stitch also, like, so it will keep the wideness of the strap. Okay, so it's gonna go exactly the same wideness to the back. We're going to chain 2, we're gonna turn the work, and we are going to do double crochets all the way. And if you're looking at it, it used to be always here like single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. And now we have to do the same exact thing. So now we're gonna do double crochet. So starting with the first chain, okay, and we're gonna go double crochets all the way around, and then single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, and double crochet. And I will see you back here by the end of the double crochet. Very good, we reached to the end, and now we're just gonna change back for the last time with the same, with the lighter, a darker color with the beige. Okay, so we are going to have to do exactly the same with the dark color, and basically our one side of the strap is ready. So just go ahead, continue with another like this, but with the other color, and then I'll see you back here. Finally adding the white color. Okay, I'm going to insert, pulling over the white yarn. Yeah, and going to chain 1. Going to make it a little bit tighter when pulling with this little yarns. Okay, it's going to turn the work. Going to make single crochet into every stitch. And I'm going to pull it a little bit more, so it's gonna be better. In the end, we're gonna be working with all these yarns, excess yarns, so it's gonna be less. I mean, it's not going to be visible at all. So single crochet into every stitch till the end of the row. And it's not going to be the same like the previous rounds were, because we have to do less, because we're gonna do in every part, every top part, the same. So this is kind of going to be kind of the half, so it's gonna be continuous when we are going to add together the two stripes. Okay, done. Chain 2, turn the work, and then 2 double crochet into every stitch, starting with this where we did the chain 2. So double crochet into every stitch. last double crochet, and then chain 1 and 1 single crochet all the way until the end. Okay, and now that we finished with this, we cut the yarn and we have to do all the 4 part of the bra top. Okay, I mean the 4 top part. Okay, and then I'll meet you back here once all the 4 is completed. One thing very important I wanted to tell, that here do you see that we actually started doing our stitches where the stitch marker is, and the other one, for the next side, we're also going to start in the same stitch. So kind of this stitch is going to be shared between the two the two straps, and also here it's going to be the end and also the start of the next one. So don't forget to come and finish here and start here. So now that we completed all the 4 top parts, now we are going to find which one is the back, which one is the front. So you see, this is where we did the increasement. This is, I'm going to keep it on the side, on one of the side, okay? And going to add the 2 top parts like this together, and the other side also the 2 top parts the same way, just like this. So I'm going to get the white yarn, going to add here in the middle. I'm actually going to remove this double yarn here, so it's going to be just a single. Okay, and going to add have a look, just the inner part of the yarn, okay, here, and also on the other side just going to be the inner part that I am getting. Okay, not the 2, sorry, just this is on inner part. Okay, going to grab the yarn, and we are going to do slip stitches the whole way around. Okay, so always the inner part. So again, another inner part and inner part, and slip stitch. Next one, and we're gonna continue the same way till the end of the row. Just like this. All right, now that we're finished with this part, okay, don't forget to do also the other side. So you have to also join the other 2 straps together the same way. All right, so now that we added the top parts together, you see the stitches are in this side, and we are going to turn the work on the opposite side. Okay, so it's going to be inside the stitches where we added them together, and now we're going to work on this side part, this part, and this side. So we're gonna make it nice, because now obviously it has this unfinished endings, so we are gonna make it nice. So we're going to start in this side, and this part is going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to show you here how to do it, and afterwards don't forget to do it in this side as well. Okay, now we can actually remove the stitch markers, because obviously we finished with that part. So we're gonna get one side of the top, okay, and going to insert my hook in the bottom part, pull over the yarn. I'm going to do a single crochet. Here, going to add the stitch marker, just to remind like where we started the round, okay? And we are going to do one single crochet into every stitch all around. So all around this area, one single crochet until we get back. So just continue like this until we see each other in the end of the line. Now that we reached the end of the row, we are going to insert the loop into the first chain that we did, which is here. Going to insert it there and slip stitch. Okay, chain one, and we have to do a single crochet into the same stitch. Going to add the stitch marker. And then we're going to do 15 times single crochet, then a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 14, and 15. And now decrease. So insert, pull it over, but now we are going to insert the next hole, next chain. We have 3 and pull over in all the 3, and we did the decrease. So now, not here, here, we're gonna start again 15 times single crochets and then decrease. We're gonna continue like this the whole way around until we meet in the end of the row. All right, now that we reached to the end, don't worry if in case you're not finishing with the decrease, in case I just finished also with 8 or 9 or something like this. You see in here we have this middle one, which is this one. We don't do a stitch because it's already part of the first chain. So now for the first one where we're doing slip stitch, then we chain 1 and then 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Now we're gonna do the same like the previous round when we did 15 single crochet and a decrease, but this time we're gonna do 14 single crochet and a decrease. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, and a decrease. And 2 together. Okay, and then we're continuing like this, 14 single crochet and a decrease till the end of the row. Okay, and now that we arrived, we're gonna match the, I'm gonna get in the first loop, the first stitch. Gonna do a slip stitch here. Great. We're gonna do chain 1, single crochet into the next stitch, okay, and going to put the stitch marker. And now we're gonna do the same, but in this time we're gonna do 13 times single crochet and a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 12, and 13. Finally a decrease, so 1 in, and then one more time to the next stitch and pull it through in all 3, and continue with 13 single crochets and a decrease for the rest of the row. And now we are in the end, so one more row left. Okay, we're just joining the first chain and the last stitch. So slip stitch, chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, and now we're gonna do 12 single crochet into the next stitches and then a decrease, and we're gonna do the same way like we did before, so just 12 times single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 12, and decrease, and continue like this, 12 single crochet and decrease till the end of the row. And now here we are in the end of the row, removing the stitch marker, just joining the last stitch with the first one. Okay, slip stitch, and now we can actually cut the yarn. All right, so we just cut the yarn and we can pull the yarn out. Okay, so don't forget to do this in the other side as well. Okay. All right, that we are done with the 2 sides. Now we have to do the middle line, okay, which is going to the back as well. Okay, so we're gonna work as a circle, okay, and we're going to add first the yarn. Okay, I'm going to add the yarn here in the baseline. Okay, getting it over, and then going to chain 1. Okay, and then going to add my stitch marker just to remember, even though you will remember, but I still like to kind of remember where we started, so it's kind of just for me. Okay, and then now we're gonna do 1 single crochet into every stitch all around, and then I'll see you back here once we're done with all the single crochets around. All right, we are here. We didn't reach, so you see, okay, so you see we started here, we came up to the top, and we are here in the baseline. This is the one that is making the V shape in the back part. Okay, so the bottom part, and you see there is this kind of middle line. Okay, instead of that, in that one we skip and we don't do there a single crochet, so we're doing in the next one. Okay, just like this, and we will be continuing with single crochets till the end of the row, just like this. Okay, now we're gonna skip also the same in the base part of the V line, and we're going to do a slip stitch in with the first stitch where we had the stitch marker. Okay, now we chain 1 when we do a single crochet into the same stitch, and we're gonna add the stitch marker to the same stitch, so we remember that this was our first one. So we're going to do 15 times single crochet and then a decrease. However, you have to remember that once you reach to the bottom of the V line, like we did here where we have the V shape, okay, the middle part you have to skip it. Okay, so in here where we have the V, you're gonna do a single crochet here, and straight away you skip the middle and then the first one. But I'm going to stop there, so we're gonna do it together, and then from the next round just remember always that we have to skip the middle line. So now we're gonna do 15 times single crochet and then a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, oops, that could happen. 14 and 15 and decrease. Okay, and just continue like this, 15 single crochet and decrease until the V shape, okay, and then I'll see you there. So we are here in the base of the V line, okay, and you see there is the middle V, and then we skip that one and then we just continue on the side, and then we're gonna go 15 single crochet, continuing with the 15 single crochet and the decrease, okay, and then just continue like this, and I'll see you by the end of the row. Now that I just reached the middle line, skipping here the base, okay, and just going to be joining the first stitch where we had the stitch marker and a slip stitch. Going to chain 1, going to do a single crochet into the same stitch, and this time I'm going to put the stitch marker, have it here, and this time we're going to do 17 times single crochet and then 2 together, okay, so it's exactly the same way like we did in the previous row, but this time 17 times single crochet and then 2 together. And don't forget that basically in the V base lines you have to skip the base part and you're just joining the 2 last ones together as we did in the previous ones as well. So 3, 4, all right, just reached the end of the row. Going to join the first stitch with the last, the last stitch with the first one, leaving the middle one out, okay, so going to get that, chain 1 and first stitch a single crochet, going in the stitch marker and going to make this time 19 times single crochet and then 2 together, just the same way like we did previously. So 19 times single crochet, 1, 2, 3. All right, we finished with this row. We are doing now the last row, and we remove the stitch marker, going to insert the hook in the first stitch, going to do a slip stitch, chain 1, single crochet into the same stitch, going to put the stitch marker in the same hole, and for the last row we're going to do 21 times single crochet and then 1 decrease, so the same way. So it's like going to be 1, 2, 3, we don't put a stitch here into the base, and then we're just joining it with the first stitch where we had the stitch marker, and now we can cut the yarn and we can pull that out, and actually after that we have to stitch that nicely way, okay. So okay, now the last thing that we will be doing, we'll get the top part of the top, and here you remember where you joined the top, okay, in the same line, kind of in the middle, you can add the yarn. Okay, so I'm here going to get the yarn, chain 1, okay, and then going to chain 80. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. So we have here the chain 80, 18 chain, and now we're gonna come back. So have a look. We are not going to be inserting here, but we're gonna start here, and we're just gonna do 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way going back where we started. So single crochets all the way. Okay, we just reached back, and here, not in the same loop where we started, the one below, we attach and we do a slip stitch. All right, so this one is done, and we will need to do exactly the same on the other side. This one actually we can cut the yarn, we can pull out, and then we have to do also stitches here. We have to do a lot of stitches because we're full of excess yarn everywhere. So just remember, we did here in the top, slightly 1 or 2 rows. You see, this is where we did the stitches, so it's like the second one, and we will do exactly the same here. So we have here the stitches, and then afterwards 1, 2, and then we will do here, and again we will chain 18, and then coming back single crochet, exactly the same way that we did previously. Last thing that we need to do, you see we nicely did this top part, I tied it up nicely, okay, and now what we need to do to get rid of all this excess yarn, this is the last thing, basically all over in the work in both sides, because obviously we have inside and outside as well. Okay, so we have to get rid of them. So for this I'm actually going to turn opposite direction, so this is going to be the inner part, okay, and I'm going to show you in one how to do it, and you have to do in every one of them the same way. Okay, so we just need to have a yarn needle, and then basically we have, this is white in color, okay, so just try to avoid to go into the different color one, and we're just gonna make like nicely stitches to kind of tie it, continue always with the same pattern, don't go with different colors, so just we're making it nicely kind of shading, and when we did more than enough, a couple of stitches, then we can actually cut the yarn there. Okay, so basically it's not going to be visible where it is and where it's coming from, because it's continuing with the same color. So continue all of them the same. If it's darker, continue with the dark. If it's lighter, then just with the lighter. Okay, so our top just got ready. I hope you turned out having an amazing and gorgeous top as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video.